Right, now that I've done that, hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Brad, Lone Wolf, and today is another cooking stream. So, what am I cooking today? Well, back to two recipes today. Cooking one for someone else and one for myself. I'm going to start with the other person's, as I generally do as a rule. And tonight they are having chili con carne. Pretty bog standard recipe, but I thought you might like to watch it anyway. Start as we usually do with a cup of tea, and then once I've done that I'm going to be emptying the rest of the water into there, because my recipe calls for 1200 millilitres of stock. 8,000, 1200, there we go. Right, I'm going to have to reboil the kettle because I need stock for the other person's recipe as well. Right. Not as much, admittedly, but I still need some. And today's mug of choice is the cabbage mug. Right. So today, chili con carne. I'm going to need a knife. So, I'm going to start the oil heating up nice and slowly. Splash of oil. Just going to start heating that up nice and slowly. This calls for a red onion. So, and I need to finely chop this onion, so I'll take the skin off. And all this gives time for the oil to just be gently heating through. I will be able to talk. So, oops, that's a bit of a wedge there. That's okay, because that means it will stand properly. I'll cut it on the side. Onion and garlic. Now I know this garlic is brand new because I bought it yesterday. Okay. Right, the kettle has boiled, so I'm now going to add it says it struggles to open it up. How much is this? I think it's 200 millilitres. Yeah, 200 millilitres of beef stock. So just let that start dissolving, start melting through. That's a good sign. The wok has started smoking nice and gently. In goes the red onion. And also some garlic. A bit more garlic, why not? And back in the fridge. So, with this being a traditional chili con carne, I am going to be adding minced beef. So, wait for the onion to fry through slightly, so it's nice and soft. It seems like the onion would rather try and escape and go on the floor and be swept into the bin than be eaten. Which is fine because we've got to clean up anyway. As for the rice today, obviously I am going to serve chili con carne with rice. I am going to cheat today. I'm going to be using boiling the bag rice. Because, why not? For my own recipe, which is a paella, I don't like pronouncing things like that because I always get the pronunciation wrong. I have got proper paella rice. Like I say, it's not because I don't pronounce things as they're meant to be pronounced, not because I don't believe in it, but because I'll end up butchering the pronunciation. So I'd rather pronounce it wrong deliberately, pronounce it wrong and offend people, if that makes sense, sort of. Right, so now the onion's nice and soft, I'm going to put the beef mince in. Obviously take the paper out, give my hands another wash. Start breaking that down. Quick stir. Where the oil's already nice and hot, the mince has already started to brown. And the cumin as well. And need half a teaspoon of the cumin. And that goes. Why was I about to put that back in the drawer? Because I'm an idiot. That's why. Right. Good stir. Lovely. Seems like everything wants to escape out of the pan today. That was a bit of mince, flew out the pan into someone's mug, or into a mug, so I've just put that in the washing roll to wash up. Right. Red pepper. While that's just cooking and starting to brown, and prepare the red pepper. Just seed it, and then just roughly chop it up. Not being too fancy here. Tomato puree, tomatoes, tin tomatoes, canned tomatoes. Wait until that's brown enough. Doing nicely. Right, and in goes the red pepper, a tablespoon of tomato puree, again not being fancy, just squeezing it in. Tomato puree, chili powder. Only need, because I'm cooking for someone else, I'm not going to put a huge amount in. It's probably enough. that quick stir. And stock. So 200 millilitres of beef stock goes in. Goes in the washing machine. Goes in the washing up bowl. Give that a stir. And tomatoes. Go the tomatoes. Okie dokie. So that is the actual chili con carne itself, more or less done. It just has to cook through now. Now obviously with this being minced, I'm not going to be able to food probe it like I normally do, so I'm just going to cook it as much as I think I should. And then hopefully it should be alright. It's minced, as long as it's cooked, it tends to be fine. Right, so swap that over. Put that on a low heat. Turn that down, don't want to turn it off. Do a quick check. I forgot to add kidney beans. What am I like? There we go, kidney beans added. Give the kidney beans a stir in. Now this is enough, what I've done there, that's enough for 2 people. Probably going to freeze some of it, I'll be honest, because 2 people, there's only 1 person I'm feeding. And to be honest, they don't eat a lot anyway, so like I said, probably mostly be frozen to have for another day. Right, yeah, why not? Let's get the boiling the bag rice on the go. Just have that boiling away. Turn down slightly so that the less of the heat is lost, and then I'll get on with my own recipe. Okay, so for today, for my recipe, is going to be, like I say, Spanish veg paella. This again comes from Slimming World website, so bear that in mind. It is a free recipe, a sin-free recipe, so theoretically I could have as much of this as I want. Obviously I'm going to limit portion size anyway, because there's no point. There's not much point in trying to lose weight if all I'm doing is eating 4 people's worth of food, if that makes sense. Anyway, so what's that? There it is. Is that right? So we've got the onions and peppers, or in this case a quarter of each. Save 3/4 of the onion for another day. Now this onion needs to be, I think it's chopped, this one. Yep, roughly chopped. peppers. Again, quarter of the peppers, don't need them all. So a red and yellow pepper, just cut through like that. Today I am cooking for myself Spanish veg paella, and for the other person I cook for it's chili con carne, and I'm cheating out with some boil in the bag rice. So I'm just preparing my own veg at the moment. So I'm just cutting through the onions and the peppers. So in this case a red pepper and a yellow pepper, or a quarter of each should I say, not a full pepper, because each of these recipes is for 4 people and, well, it's only myself, so might as well quarter everything. No garlic bread, because I didn't buy any and I'm too lazy to make some, to be fair. A quick stir. Right, where was I? Onions. Okay, so being a Slimming World recipe, naturally I have to use low-cal spray. Be careful where I spray it, because obviously it is still oil. We don't want it catching, starting to light up. Right. Tinge brown at the edges. Right. Give that a few seconds just to warm through. Onions, red pepper and yellow pepper go in. And then put a spoon. Garlic. So I always use garlic puree, just because, again, it's time thing more than anything else. Garlic goes in with the paprika. How much paprika? I can't remember how much paprika. Oh, 2 teaspoons. So really half a teaspoon. But I'm going to add 1 because why not? One of those. Squeeze of that. And the paprika starts to warm through nicely. You can smell it coming off. Brilliant. So I play Resident Evil Outbreak on PC with the PS2 emulator, and I do that every other week at the moment. So I'm doing cooking 1 week, and then Resident Evil Outbreak the other week. The only reason I'm doing so much Resident Evil Outbreak is because there is a lot to unlock, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just grinding out the unlock at the moment. So, recipe also calls for a little bit of saffron. So I'm not going to use too much of this because this is very, very expensive. One little amount. The Outbreak series is good. A lot of people don't rate it though because like half the characters in the Outbreak series, they're not your traditional heroes. Like they're the everyman, as it were. But I personally think that's nothing wrong with that, because Resident Evil isn't just about the heroes. There were everyday people, of course. Tomatoes, hot stock. Right. So I'm going to add tomatoes. Slice through the tomatoes. I believe they need to be chopped. Yep, roughly chopped. And this knife needs sharpening. In goes the tomatoes. And the stock, 1.2 litres stock. Now, even though I normally quarter all the recipes, when it comes to stock, I'll always put in the full amount they ask for, just so it doesn't run dry. I don't know about the next ones, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. Yeah, I'm not sure about Resident Evil Village or Resident Evil 8, whatever it's called. I think they're just going a little bit too far off the whole Resident Evil thing. I mean, the whole werewolves and vampires thing. If that was the code name of or if that was yeah, let's call it a code name of one of the mutations, then yeah, fair enough. But it looks like it is a literal werewolf. So, and yes, saffron is expensive, ounce for ounce. Is it ounce for ounce? I think it's ounce for ounce. It's more expensive than gold. And that's because it's only a certain plant at a certain time of the year, pollinated by a certain animal. And it's getting mighty steamy in here, so I'm going to have to open the door in a minute. Don't know. It's a good question. You could try it. You could try, but I don't think you'd succeed. But try it. Right, so I've just put the rice in, and all I've got to do now is just wait for the liquid or the rice to absorb that liquid. To be honest, I think I put too much liquid in, but hey, like I say, I'd rather have too much liquid than not enough when it comes to rice, because I have made that mistake in the past. And yeah, let's just say the results weren't fantastic. So, the rice in the boiling bag is cooked. That's on its lowest heat. Let's just cook it through. Need to get some peas out. Right, how much frozen peas? You know what, I'm not going to worry. Just throw a handful in. Everything seems to want to go on the floor today. But that's okay, because I do all the cleaning up anyway. So I'll get a brush and sweep it up now. Chinese. Yeah. It's not bad shout, that actually. I'm on a Slim and World diet at the moment. I can have takeaway on the diet, but I just choose not to. Because otherwise, it's calculating how many sins you've had just gets complicated, and well, I'd rather not do that. I'm making myself out to sound really lazy, but I'm not. It's just with everything I do, you kind of got to make things as simple and easy as possible. All drained out? Yep, good. Just got to let that boil away now. Only had porridge. You definitely need something to eat, Daisy. Yeah, I'm opening the door. This might cause the camera to go funny, but I'm opening the door. It's getting rather hot in here. Right. And the chili will be cooked through, so take that off. Go. Right. I've put the rice in with the chilli. I'm just going to give it a stir now. And that will be ready to serve. Swap those back across. Boil again. Yeah, I get that one. Unfortunately, our oven doesn't work. Hasn't worked in months, and it's so old that nobody really wants to touch it anymore, which is a fair one. So, kind of had to compromise. I did an experiment today, actually. I baked this chocolate cake. And I did that in a Dutch oven, which I think I might actually be using at some point later on this week. So you will see the Dutch oven, but that was an experiment from today. Didn't go perfectly, but it did go all right. It was proof of concept, and that proof of concept was absolutely fine. Serving this up. Spoonful, 2 spoonfuls, 2.5 spoonfuls. Right. A spoon. And now to go and serve. Right. Okie dokie. Yeah, I definitely put too much liquid in this. Oh well, it's my own fault. Can't blame anybody. Well, I can blame somebody, I can blame me. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to blame myself, put too much liquid in there. But it looks like the rice is cooked. Couple more minutes. But I shall definitely need the slotted spoon for this. And once I switch the camera off, I will just let the paella boil through, just to get rid of any of that excess liquid. Rice is fairly easy. There's a number of ways of cooking rice. The easiest one that I've ever been told, that I've ever been taught, is basically put in as much water as you want, add salt. I personally don't add salt. I personally think there's too much in the diet, too much salt in the diet anyway. And then basically boil it until the grains double in size. That's the way I've been taught. If you're still unsure, boil in the bag. That way, because you put the bag in the water, in boiling water. Once the rice fills the bag, that's it. It's done. And you definitely don't add salt to that, because they already put salt in. It's only a little bit, but it's enough to take you over the threshold, shall we say. Microwave rice is alright. Yeah, nothing wrong with the microwave rice. Still going to be a lot of vegetable stock left over after I've done with this, so so normally my cooking streams are fairly short. They're normally no more than about 45 minutes. Occasionally they take longer, but normally 45 minutes or less. Because, like I say, there's only myself to cook for, and myself and one other person. We both eat different things, so yeah, normally these are quite quick streams. It seems to be a lot more popular than my Resident Evil streams, which is strange. Don't know why. You would have thought that listening to me drone on and on and on and on and on would put people off, but apparently these are more popular. And thank you very much for the follow, Daisy. Follow or subscribe on Twitch, can't remember which. But yes, normally I do 1 week of cooking at the moment, and then 1 week of games. I say games, gaming, stream games, but at the moment it's Resident Evil Outbreak, as you can imagine. So, a little bit of lemon juice, pip some of that in. Lemon juice, and that is my dinner for tonight. Spanish veg paella. So, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for the follow. And I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully, if everything goes according to plan. And I shall see you next time. Bye for now.